Hello, welcome everybody. I hope that you all had a fantastic start of the week and a lovely weekend and midsummer, uh, solstice of summer. It's a big celebration here in Sweden. So yeah, anyway, so for today, I think we're gonna continue doing what we started last stream. So pretty chilled and easygoing. Thing with these blue characters, nothing to do with Avatar, please. And yeah, let's see. Sergio, hello. How are you doing? Welcome. All right. So yes. So let's. Oh wait. The fireplace. There you go. Okay. So yeah, I didn't have. Wait. What? Oops. What happened? I didn't have any time to prepare for anything special for the stream. So because I've been like so busy with client work, it's been quite a hectic week this past week. So therefore, yeah, I just thought just to continue with this with this guy and see where we can lead it to. So yeah, so just to recap a little bit, I want to create this character and another character, so a couple, and it's in this kind of the Queen of Mars vibe type of characters. And my idea was trying to do something fairly human-like, but still a little bit with some different proportions. So at the moment it's fairly human, except for the head, which is too small. So I think I mentioned this before, but sometimes I like to do this, and then just once I have like some more human type of body to start to play around and modify it. So that's what I think I'm gonna try to do. Juan, buenas tardes, ¿cómo estás, Juan? Tenemos que hablar, ¿vale? A ver, let's see if this coming week, well, this week or maybe next one, I'm a little bit less busy and we can have that talk. All right. So yes. What to do with this blue guy? Why? Okay. No. This is something that I have seen a lot of people using, but I have actually never really used myself. So this is a premise. This is me using this for the very this tool for the first time for this the warp tool on Photoshop. I mean, it seems to be very useful, but I have never used it for this until now. I just click on my mind right now just to try it out. I think this one's oops. Vale, muy bien, Juan. Frederic, hey Miguel. Yes, hey Frederic, how are you doing? How is your mentorship going? Are you doing a lot of cool stuff? Are you learning a lot? And for how long are you gonna be doing it? I'm not sure if I remember you mentioning it. If it was going to be for a long time or not. But I hope everything is good with you, Frederic. Sergio, Miguel, you play the violin, right? Yes, I do. Well, it's been a while, but yeah. I'm a trained violin player. So it wasn't just a hobby. I was like very seriously playing and studying with it for most of my life. So back when I was young, I had these two passions. Plastic arts. I don't know if you translate that in English, but that's how we categorize, like in Spanish, like painting, sculptures, etc., etc., and music. And I was doing both since I was, a little kid. And basically, I was just like, which one should I take farther? And at the end, I went for painting and drawing. But yeah, music, it's a big part of my life. And yeah, why are you asking? But yeah, it's been a while since I had Dante, and starting as a freelancer as well, because there's like so many things going on all the time that I just don't find the time. But it's something that I miss, and actually now with my son, that is something that I would like to take back, to kind of show him and make him to acquaint him with music in a more direct and organic way than just listening on a device. What better thing to do than to just play myself? So yeah, that's something that is in my head that I would like to do. And what kind of music do you like to play? Do you like Celtic music? Oh yes, I love it. Yes. Yeah, I love Celt music for sure. My family from my father's side come from Galicia, so for those of you that don't know, so Galicia, it's a region in the northwest of Spain, the most northwest of Spain, and it's has a profound Celtic culture to it, and the music, etc., etc. So I have grown up a lot with it, and I love it, and I like a lot to play it as well, even though I haven't played seriously, just like from time to time some tune or something, but not seriously. But I was mainly playing classical music, and in the latest years I started to become pretty fond of again, I don't know exactly what it's the term in English, but if I translate it directly from Spanish, it would be like antique music. So basically early Baroque and Baroque music. Yeah. So yeah, pretty, yeah. I really like it. But when it comes to playing, but I mean, yeah, I don't know. That's the things that I was most into it when I was seriously playing the violin. But I played in a lot of orchestras and stuff like that. So but any type of Celtic music or folk music, I like a lot, and I enjoy immensely playing with the violin. Frederic, yeah, I'm doing well. Yes, my mentorship, it's been good. I start to understand more the mechanics of Space Marines. I learned the basis. For the second, I try to upgrade my portfolio. All right, nice. Hi, ma'am. Hello, Miguel. Long time since I catch up one of your streams. How it's life and work going? Jaime, nice to have you back. Welcome. And yeah, life is good. And work been extremely crazy busy this last week with some client work. Well, I mean, this last week has been like the climax of it. So, but it's been several weeks. So yeah, but yeah, everything is very good. Thank you. How about you? So how about doing now? Wait. What? Ah, because of that. No, there you go. Yeah, that head is now is too small. Not too big, obviously. Sergio, do you know old blind dogs? No? I'm sorry. No, I don't. I assume it is a Celtic music band. Ilix. Hi Miguel, looks great as usual. How do you balance all your hobbies, career, family life, etc.? Looking for days to draw out as my life gets a bit more hectic. Poof. Well, first of all, thank you and welcome to the stream. Thank you for joining. I mean, and saying hello. And yeah, I don't know. I just have come to the realization that I cannot, that at certain moments, like for example, right now, I cannot, I have to sacrifice some things. Basically, I just don't, there is no material time to do everything, and I have to prioritize. So in that sense, hobbies are the ones that get to sacrifice. So I try to have as tight as possible schedule when it comes to work, and prioritize things. So to make sure that I have enough time for work, but I have a minimum time at the very least each day for family, and of course spend the weekends and to have quality time. So I try to, and that's one of the things that it's a little bit easier to manage to a certain degree depending on the circumstances, if they allow, but being a freelancer, so you can manage a little bit better these type of things. But still, there is too many balls to jiggle around, so you need to drop some of them for some time. So that's kind of where I'm at the moment. So I know it's not so useful, I guess. When it comes to, for instance, I wouldn't call it hobby because it's, even though it feels like a hobby, but it still work. It's my personal project. So even when I'm super busy and I don't have the time to spend on it because I need to be working on client work, therefore my ultimate objective of growing my eventually my Patreon, so I can dedicate more time to it instead of a client work, is like, okay, at the very least I dedicate, the very minimum is like half an hour a day. And you would think, well, that's just nothing, but well, and that's the minimum. So if it's just 1 hour every day, well, it starts to pile up, and even though you work very slowly, but still counts. And yeah, so it's to dosify in that way. So trying to be as what would be the proper word for this, like discipline to, okay, I know I cannot spend the whole day working on this, but still, if I dedicate half an hour, I put everything on it, and I keep doing that. So it's still, even though again it's not much, but it's still moving forward. So yeah, and then try to plan ahead things. I think planning, it's important to kind of create the space and time to allow you to cope with different things. And I know it sounds like the Captain Obvious, but yeah, that's what I got. and I'm struggling myself as well, so I don't have an answer really. I'm just trying myself as well. But yeah, it's just, once again, just to make a list of priorities, what things are important and in what order, and then just to allocate time with that list of priorities. No. I just remembered that I wanted to use we just change the here the screen. I wanted to use some of the color palettes of this older illustration I did. Let me just open it up. Okay, yeah, the elf warrior. Sergio, it's a great Scottish group of Celtic music. All right, cool. I will check it up. Thanks for the tip. How was it called again? The Old Blind Dogs. All right. Another red hair. Red head. Hi May, glad to hear that. I'm still working in the outsourcing studio. Right now I'm working on a 40K personal piece for my portfolio. All right, cool. May I ask, what is it? Is it Space Marines? Joel Salinas, saludos desde Argentina. Muy buenas, bienvenido. Great to have you here. And perdona que te responda en inglés, pero es normalmente el idioma en el que hablo durante el stream. Pero un placer tenerte, especialmente desde Argentina. Qué honor. Ilix, it's a hard pill to swallow, but I have to agree. Thank you for your thoughts. Well, that was nothing, man. Yeah. It's just there is so little time during the day and so many things to do that, yeah, I just, like you say, it's a hard pill to swallow, but it's, there's no way around it. That being said, though, I would argue at the same time that it is important. Let's say that you have too many important things to do, priority things that you cannot push away. They need to go first, and that means that you are compromising the things that you love to do more. I think it's still important to, at the very least, give you some time during the week to dedicate to those things that you like, in order to avoid to getting burned out. So it's a little bit like, it's a like I was saying with the I mean, and this is something that works for me, and this is my way of thinking, so this is a very personal thing. Just sharing it. Anyway, so the thing with my personal project, so okay, I know I really cannot spend time today working on it. All right, let me just give it at least half an hour, and let's try to squeeze all the juice as I can in that little time. And tomorrow I will do the same, even though I'm super busy. Yeah, you always can take half an hour. So in order just to give you that kind of breathing room and not getting completely asphyxiated with your duties, etc., etc. At least that's how it works for me, at least. Chad Stilson. Now that's a beefy Smurf. Love it. Yeah, thank you. And yes, that's quite a, like you said, that's quite a beefy Smurf. Indeed. I'm just trying to separate as much, a little bit more the eyes to the side of the head, to exaggerate that a little bit more. Lazarus, hi there. Great design. What sort of setting do you envision for this one? So the very loose idea I had was like some sort of Queen of Mars type of vibe setting. So this kind of weird fantasy science fiction thing. Like naked warriors in space. um Andirama Shrek Yes. Yeah, that's it. For now, it totally looks like it. No worries. English is the second language for every freelancer. All right, all right. Yeah, sometimes, yeah, I feel sorry because, of course, English is not my native language, and I struggle quite a lot with it. So I would definitely prefer to make the streams in Spanish. Will be way easier, but that would leave some people not understanding anything. And since it seems that most speak English, since there is people from all over the place. So yeah, that is why. But okay, glad that that is fine for you. Farid Duck, nice art. Thank you, thank you. Welcome to the stream. Jaime Davila, it is a big angry green mushroom that shout wag. Nice. I can show work in progress rendering in your Discord if you are curious. Yes, of course I am. Yes, please do. Would love to see it. Yeah, orcs are extremely fun, I think, to paint or draw. Warhammer orcs. guy. Nope. Wait, what is this? Oh my goodness. Again. We're being blessed by a raid. Wild Blue Studios, thank you once again. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right. So yes, welcome everybody. So yes, we are doing this kind of weird character that will be with another one. So it's some sort of Queen of Mars type of characters. That's what we are aiming for. But it's completely wild search for what it's gonna be. So there is no clear idea, just this very vague concepts vibe for it, but yeah, not much. And going for an interaction with another character, so it's gonna be a couple, and making them interact with each other in a nice way. So this is gonna be two characters, but I'm just trying to going through some of the design hurdles with the first character before starting with the second one. Let's see. Lazarus, I see. The mix of fantasy and sci-fi has always been fascinating to me. Yes, for me too. Yeah. So it's like I'm going for yeah, exactly that type of vibe, you know, like same thing with Flash Gordon. But again, more into the Queen of Mars type of thing. You know, barbarians and spaceships. What can go wrong with it? And space warriors. Sergio Ponce, I'm starting to play the violin and it's hard. Oh, really? You are? Yes, it is hard. It's fucking hard. The violin, it's one of these extremely what's the word in English? Unforgiven type of instruments. Every single tiny mistake makes it sounds horrible, and it takes years of dedication and practice to control the instrument, to have some nice sound coming out from it. So yeah, it's hard. Yeah, it's, you know, it's not like a piano that it's you just touch the, well, again, I don't know what's the name in English, but the keys, I guess, and we have a lovely tuned sound. With violin it is not the case, and yeah, it's hard. So keep it up and be ready to spend a lot of time practicing. But like everything, it's just a matter of patience and discipline, and eventually you get there. So any tips for the beginners? Yeah, exactly that. Yeah, like I just said, it's a matter of being patient, patient, because it takes shit lot of time and effort, and there is no way around it. So just to make your peace with that, yeah, and try to savor each, as much as you can, each step that you move forward with it, because it's a real struggle. So once you reach one of those plateaus, you know, like steps, just like be proud and keep going. Not to get frustrated. But again, it's like anything in life. It's not impossible. So it's just to keep the work and the work ethics with it. And I would say, very important from a technical point of view, don't try to go with shortcuts. have a solid technique, because if not, you are absolutely shooting yourself in your foots and hands and everything. It can be very tempting sometimes to just jump ahead and because you feel, or it feels that you might jump some steps because it feels that it sounds okay instead of doing it properly. But I assure you that's absolutely a very, very, very bad thing to do. So you need to go through the pain and the grind. And once you go through that and you look back, you understand. It's like, yes. So the violin is like many other instruments, of course, each one with their own caveats and special things, but it demands an extreme care for the technique. So don't try to jump ahead and do with shortcuts. So yeah, that's kind of tips I could give you for a beginner, I guess. And also, I would say something, I mean, in certain regards, it's kind of similar to what I would say somebody that is a beginner in learning to draw or to paint or something, is like through that grind and for dry technique improvement, is don't lose the perspective of why you started in the first place, about the love for, in this case, the music and to be able to play. So always remind yourself why you are doing this. So the dryness of that technique practice doesn't take over and just kind of wear you down, basically. Play with people. Also, that's something that is extremely fun. So I would definitely recommend you. I don't know at what level you are, but even if it's like very simple things, the joy of playing with other people is just it's unbelievable. So yeah. Hi Anov, hello. Elif, hello everybody, welcome. Duna Art. So it is a fun personal project. You mean this? Well, yes, it is just for the stream. So we started last week, just like a chill sketching stream, and we ended up with kind of this character. And yeah, with just some very basic idea of what I wanted to do, and taking it from there and see where it leads. So again, the aim is just to have another character interacting with him, like kind of a couple. And I want to make that interaction kind of nice in some way. I don't know. And all within this kind of, once again, sorry for repeating myself like a broken record, but like some sort of Queen of Mars type of setting vibe. So some barbarian space warriors / aliens. Hi, ma'am. I have just posted it on the Sketches channel of your Discord. All right, I will check it up after the stream. It's on an early stage, but as you just said, orgs are super fun. They are indeed. You have a lot of freedom to play with anatomy and shapes. Yes, yeah, they are. Yeah, I don't know why, but they are super fun. El Capitán. What thing you would consider a shortcut? Well, I mean, I don't know when you joined the stream, but we were talking in this case in terms of he was asking about violin playing, so about playing the violin or learning to play the violin. So let's say a shortcut could be, let's say, learning from memory a melody, right? By heart, so you know exactly where the fingers go without doing the work of again, I don't know what's the term in English for this, but working your scales, which purpose is to kind of ingrain in your brain, in your muscle memory, the position of the fingers for each for each scale in the violin. So, and it can be a type of exercise that is extremely dry and boring, but that's something that you need to do all the time, and trying to skip that, because it's like, well, what's the point if I just learn this melody by heart? I don't need to worry about where to put normally it's like you are just skipping like foundation type of fundamental technique for how to play the instrument and how it works. So it's just like, I don't know, you want to be to read books, or I don't know, to tell stories, and you are learning to read, but you decide to just memorize from other people telling that story instead of learning the alphabet and knowing to read. I don't know, maybe it's a bad metaphor, but yeah. Jonah Art, I think it looks really nice. I like the face a lot. Thank you, thank you. I'm not once again, I'm not sure what I'm going for. I just I know I want him to look like a brute, like very, and I want him to look kind of pissed. And basically the idea I have is that he is just like pissed in some way, and the other character would be just kind of teasing him in some way, so he's just looking back at him or her. I think I will go with a female character, so to her, so he would be just looking at her in that way, perhaps. But again, those things are just very loose at the moment, so I'm not sure. Oh no, our favorite bug. I cannot change the cursor. Okay, let me just reopen the file. Let's change. Here I will need to close the file and reopen. Okay, here we are again. Some sort of Roman gladiator type of vibe. I mean, because of this piece of armor. Aaron, hey, great to catch you again. Greetings from Germany. Hello, Aaron. Welcome back. How are you doing? Lazarus, at the moment, from his expression, he looks like a guy who hasn't had his morning coffee yet. Yeah, exactly. That's kind of what I was going for, like some sort of like grumpy look, like pissed that the other character is taking a piece at him, and maybe he doesn't has great humor or he's not in his best mood. Sorry. Uh, Jaime, what position does this character has in his tribe? Is he a chief, a shaman, or a normal battle line warrior? Also, what kind of weapon props are you planning for him? You great questions. Things that I would normally spend some time thinking before starting to paint. But again, in this case, how could I put it? My excuse to do this piece is once again the relation of these two characters and the color palette, as superficial as that is. So the rest of the things I'm just kind of coming up along the way. So to me, I'm just thinking not too deeply. So I'm just trying to make it as easy as possible. So I would say that he's just like a normal warrior, maybe a mighty one, for sure. But he's a warrior. And in terms of props, I don't know. That's kind of what I'm at the moment, and is trying to figure out the whole thing from a design point of view. And since I don't have those questions answered, I'm struggling a little bit. So I would have to spend some time actually pausing and thinking about those questions. So yeah, what could it be? I guess in terms of things that could fit this type of setting is a mix of firearms and melee weapons like a sword or a club or something like that, or I don't know, some sort of mace or hammer, or a spear could be as well. Maybe a spear is actually pretty cool. What to do? What to do? could be cool as well to have. Some sort of jewelries and stuff like that. uh, I'm at the moment I really don't know what I'm doing. Or now that I'm thinking about, I mentioned a spear, but he could be holding some sort of archaic carbine or something like that, or musket. I think that could work. Um, huh. How about giving him some sort of bandana? Okay, wait. This required another layer. Since we are just investigating, exploring. Hold on, what if it's like some sort of protective thingy? This is actually cool. Or what do you think, guys? I think this could look pretty nice. I mean, to reinforce this warrior vibe. I just felt that the head, like this, was a little bit empty. That there's too much empty head here. I mean, to be fair, it doesn't seem that this would be a very protective type of uh, elements. But of course, we can always excuse it for the culture. But it gives him a kind of more, I mean, it enhanced that brutish look, right? I mean, of course, I could just make a whole helmet for sure, instead of just this kind of weird. And I think that that doesn't work. I feel that this fits better with the nakedness of the whole outfit, right? I mean, meaning that the protection aspect is not his biggest concern, basically. Do you have something like a memo before you do the reference gathering and painting? Yes. Normally, that's the way I work. Because if not, you finish or end up in this type of issues, right? So yes, I'm a hardcore. I was going to say believer. It's not about belief, but it's about the process. But it's just yes, of you have, in order to be as proactive and to be as efficient with your with your creative energy, to have at the very minimum some foundation, some subject matter of what is it that you are trying to do, what is it that you are trying to represent, to achieve with it. Yes, in this case, as I was mentioning, the whole purpose for this is just to create this interaction with these two characters, and the rest I didn't thought through it, because this whole piece happened mostly by accident, because I didn't know what to do last week, and I thought about, okay, let's sketch something random and let's see what happens. And then through the process of starting it last week, we started to form or shape in my head, okay, maybe I can do this or that. But then with this problematic that now I'm stuck trying to figure out these type of things. So yeah, so for any type of things, personal or work related, I 95% of the time I make sure that I know what I'm aiming for, and I have, if not completely clear, kind of figure out at least the direction I want to go into, and have most of these very relevant questions answered, because then I can design with purpose. If not, I'm just like shooting blindly, just hoping for something to happen. I actually do have a video tutorial here on my, well, yeah, you are on Twitch, on my YouTube channel, that I talk specifically about this and how important and vital I believe this is in order to be more proficient when working. So not in this case, but but yeah, normally yes. Lazarus, the matter of linking the characters within a coherent world is delicate, and you don't want to close some doors too soon. Sure, exactly. Yes. In this case, since that context is not that important, since I'm kind of creating these characters in a vacuum, so to speak, it's not so much of an issue. So I have a lot of leeway, and it has its beauty, right? So not working with those constraints, and just, yeah. So at least my how do you say in English, my forgiving point with this piece is that at least I have very clear what is my objective, and is to create these two characters and make them have a meaningful interaction, that they have a relation between both of them, and the rest is kind of secondary, so to speak. Uh, Hopefully, if I do the whole thing properly, I will end up with some characters that not only you can see or read that relation between them and that interaction, but they gives certain impression that leads to wonder, okay, where do they come from, just to make the whole scene a little bit more suggestive in that sense. Hopefully, if I do my job correctly, but they definitely need to look coherent, or I want them. I mean, to be fair, they don't necessarily need to be coherent, because I mean, for what we know, they could be completely different characters and from completely different backgrounds and worlds, or but I want them to be from the same place, race, culture, you name it. But we could have like a small spaceman here, completely suit up in a vacuum space suit or something, and making it properly, it still could work, right? Having that contrast as separate and as they could be, but I don't want to do that. Lazarus, personally, this gives me a RimWorld or part of Cloud Atlas vibes. Of course, you can find the inspiration of John Carter you mentioned as well. Man, Cloud Atlas. That was yeah, I remember. Yeah, that was a pretty cool film. But in what that is interesting. In what way does it remind you? Do you mean like in the story with Tom Hanks, where it's like post-apocalyptic setting? But yeah, I'm even though I don't have any direct reference about John Carter from Mars and all of that, yeah, that's my kind of inspiration, loosely speaking. Regarding headwear, I feel that it should not be completely covered. The bold aspects cannot work, in my opinion. Yeah, I agree. It underlined this barbarian vibe to him, right? Brutish look that I'm aiming for this specific character. All right, I think it is time for me just to finish the stream. Sadly, I mean, I'm really enjoying this piece. I'm not sure how it will evolve, but so far, at least the process, I'm quite enjoying it, and quite kind of intrigued of where it's gonna lead to, especially with the other character. So yeah, we'll see. I'm thinking a very, I mean, once again going with this reference of the Queen of Mars, or even uh, since it's kind of the same type of vibes of the illustration that he did of John Frazetta, because those type of things. So I'm thinking now perhaps a very voluptuous female partner for him. So that might be fun. So yeah, we'll see. But again, thanks a lot for joining today's stream. I hope that you were painting or drawing something at the same time. And yeah, an absolute pleasure talking to you. Thanks for saying hello and passing by. And yes, I wish you an absolute blast of a week. And please stay safe and healthy and paint and draw a lot. Have fun doing it. And see you next week. And I guess we will continue with this. Hopefully, let's see. I cross my fingers and toes. I will have, now that I'm not gonna be, again, I hope so, not so busy or crazy busy, that I might get some time to work on it. Again, like a half an hour one day or another, and advance a little bit more, so we can push it a little bit more ahead for next week. But yeah, maybe not, so we'll see. But anyway, once again, thanks a lot and take care. Bye bye, everybody.